test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening, good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. That's right. Tonight we are going back to our roots, back to our originals. We are getting a confession. This chick needs to get it off her chest. She needs to get it out, get it out. All right, let's get right to it, okay? I won't keep you long, but we got to hear the tea. We got to hear her. Okay. All right. Her confession goes. My biggest regret, the things I did for money. My biggest confession, when I was younger, I met a wealthy man who was only a few years older than me. At first, he showered me with attention and money before anything physical ever happened. We're talking thousands of dollars. Looking back, I can see how much that influenced me. Eventually, I slept with him. Side note, so you prostituted yourself. End of side note, back to the text. Eventually, I slept with him. And for a period of time, he was giving me around $10,000 a month. Girl, that must have been some really strong, powerful cat if he was getting $10,000 a month. I digress. I became financially dependent on it, and it was very hard, I bet, to walk away from that kind of money. Things changed when the money started slowing down. Oh, all of a sudden, because the money ain't good, he ain't good looking like that, huh? He told me that if I wanted to keep receiving money, I needed to recruit my friends to meet him. Ooh. Hello, Miss View. This young, salacious young lady went from receiving $10,000 for her cat to now being a motherfucking madam. Let me take it back, just the beginning of this paragraph. Things changed when the money started slowing down. He told me that if I wanted to keep receiving money, I needed to recruit my friends to meet him. Some of my friends did see him willingly. He was young, wealthy, and well, so they made their own decisions. But I still carry guilt about my role in it. Well, girls, side note. Okay, if you leave the sheep to the slaughterhouse right to the door, where the butcher's gonna be showing them some grass with one hand and a knife behind the other, it's still you're still to blame. You took him to the slaughterhouse. Years later, I regret the entire situation. I regret getting involved in the first place. I regret not leaving sooner. I regret introducing my friends to him. What I struggle with most now is the shame. I feel like this experience has become a dark cloud that follows me everywhere. I'm terrified of getting into a serious relationship because I'm afraid that if a man finds out about my past, he'll see me differently or leave me. I've already had experiences where people found out through others, and it made me feel like I would never be able to escape it. That's what happens, girl. Let me tell you something. That's what happens. And this happens every day. You get some rich boy toy playboy throwing money around, what's $10,000 to him is like 10 cents to, $10,000 to us is like 10 cents to them, Miss View. So they throw their money around, but you took the money. You took the money. You did you did the task. You took the money. You did the task. Then you try to bring people in and let them down that dark path. And now you're concerned that it's going to affect you in the future? Oh, yes, it will. Just like all these people, Miss View, that are in OnlyFans, showing coin purse, showing cervix, uterus, all of that, showing appendages and all of that. And I'm sorry. I'm like I'm reading something. Just like and then Miss View, years on the line, when they decide, when the OnlyFans dries up, and they try to go get a real job or whatever, or they have to get a job, or they found somebody that has taken them off the pole and say you better than this. They want to live a different life, but the internet is littered with your private parts. Let's continue. I know I can't change what happened, but I don't know how to stop defining myself by it. Side note, I would suggest you go to therapy, because what you was doing was wrong. You know that you fucked up some people by doing what you did. Not only mentally, but you also screw them, maybe physically. You don't know what kind of situations they got themselves. Was he violent with them? Was he aggressive in the penetration? Did he give them a STD? Then all of that. You don't know what kind of traumas people had, and you brought them over to have them deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm incredibly insecure about it, as you should be. And sometimes I feel like no matter how much I've grown as a person, this will always be a thing people judge me for. Unfortunately, we are all human beings. We are flawed human beings. And yes, you will be judged. Yes, they're all going to make fun of you. They're all going to laugh at you. Of course, serious women in the community that know about you know to keep their husbands and children and sons and cousins and brothers and away from you, because you're easy. You're a madam. They want not only the boys, but they got to keep the girls away from you because you're a madam. Yes, this will follow you. And if you live in a city like New York City, as big as New York City is, Miss View, New York City is very small. Very small. I knew some whores in other boroughs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have to come to my borough, but I already knew about them. I'm going to finish her confession, and then I'm going to tell you about the whore websites and stuff like that. Okay? Then she asks, has anyone else had a part of their past that they deeply regretted and feared will ruin the future relationships? No, girl. No. Had I had a past of having a angry bone in my body? Yes. Have I been known to have a salacious mouth and fighting and rolling around in the grounds and streets of New York City? Yes. I went to therapy for it. I went to counseling. I was appointed to go to the anger management, Miss View, twice. I have 2 certificates for it. But I can still walk into the room and still, feel proud about myself. I have the 2 certificates. She says, how did you learn to forgive yourself and stop letting it control your life? Well, through my therapy, I learned to forgive myself for being an ass. I learned to forgive myself for fighting inside the club and getting thrown the fuck out, like in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Miss View. Oh yes, they love to just pick me up and swing me out the motherfucking doors. And I also forgave myself because there was a periodical of time here in New York City when I was, a young, vibrant bachelor, making great money, had my car, my hair, my braids, and the whole nine. I was banned from every single Latin and black, urban, we should just say, gay night in any other clubs here in New York, in Manhattan. So I had to learn to forgive myself for getting to that point. Miss View says, I have had anger management too. Exactly. Gotta manage it, Miss View. Gotta manage it. Trust, because I smacked the bitch that was talking shit for way too long for That's gonna go up there, Miss View. Because I smacked the bitch that was talking shit for way too long to me. Okay. So, young lady, I know it's a confession. I know you didn't ask for advice, but hey, you came to the right place to get advice 86 band. um, I would say, you know what? You need to deal with the shame of what you did. You know it was wrong. You know you ruined people's lives by doing this. You don't know if he got them hooked up in being hookers or gave them an STD or was abusive towards them, or kept them from doing things. So because they got used to the money, they stopped growing in other areas of their life. They said, why get an education when I could just get a sugar daddy? And he sounds like a sick individual, and that this is his play. Get the girl, use her and abuse her, and then get her to get more of her through her. You know what I'm saying? It's a old playbook. It's nothing new. He wasn't reinventing the wheel. This is how these creepos operate. Now, I think, young lady, you should go to therapy. You should go to counseling. You should go to, if needed, group therapy. Some type of anonymous, X-Horse Anonymous. I don't know, something like that, so that you can let these feelings out eventually, hopefully with the distance of time, and then your therapy sessions, and then you eventually, when you're fully healed up, can meet somebody who then is going to, appreciate you, and then you don't have to ever look back upon that lifestyle. Now, Miss View, let me tell you something, Miss View. Back in the day, this is like 3 boyfriends ago, like back when I was in Washington Heights, a bachelor and the whole nine. There was a website, Miss View. There was a website that was posting up all of the pictures, the X-rated pictures of people. Somebody had been in the, because the community is a small community here in New York, right? And this person had been there was no Grindr back then, but there were things like Grindr. So this person had been in the things like Grindr, or even in like the MySpace days or whatever, just collecting pictures and communications, collecting. This is like something they did every single day for a few years. And then on one year, Miss View, he compiled an entire website. I'm talking about hundreds of urban DL gay boys from Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, or the tri-state area, and it would be the picture, their profile picture, and this wasn't like, oh, that may or may not be my body. No, this were pictures where you're like, oh shit, this person, and that site stayed up, and it was such a like chaos. Of course, I was never on it. I was never on it, Miss View, because I've never taken X-rated pictures like that. That they do not exist. I don't. First of all, I didn't have like a tripod, and then I'm a big sticker for lighting, and I need to be behind the screen to see what's looking like. And do I remember her? What? Yes, Miss View. So people I knew, people that were in my friend circle, it was like, it just went crazy. And that site stayed up for years, Miss View. For years, because this person was, it wasn't like they were hosting it like on a, this person had like their own server. And so when you went to the website, you were hitting his server in his house or wherever he had it, and nobody, like, this shit never went down. I forgot the name of it, but and every so often you will go back to see who else was added to it. It was really really bad. I don't take any nude photos. Exactly, Miss View. There you go. I never did. I don't like it. I don't like that whole idea. I don't like it. I do not like it. I never liked it. Never. Even regular pictures, I do not. I don't care. Like, y'all got my headshot. That's the most that y'all gonna get. Like, I don't. That's not my thing. It's just not my thing. Anyway, so in conclusion to the young lady, so you was a sugar baby. You enjoy your $10,000. You prostituted. You were a high-end hooker. You prostituted yourself. He paid you $10,000 for your kitty cat. And then when he was done with your kitty cat, or when he wanted a different kitty cat, he started slowing the money down just so that you can ask, wait, what happened with the money? And then he's going to say to you, oh, no, girl, if you want some more of this money, you got to get me some of your friends. He said to her, I want some new kitty cat. Play with the kitty cat. Play with the kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. Play with the kitty cat. Play with the kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. That was the beginning of a hit single I was writing about 12 or 13 years ago, Miss View. It was a sick beat. A sick beat. And that was all I was going to play with the kitty cat. Play with the kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. Play with the kitty cat. Play with the kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. You know what I'm saying? That I wanted to be that. I wanted to be a one-hit wonder with that. And then I have another one. I got some tea for you. I got some tea for you. Tea, 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 tea for you. I got some tea for you. I got some tea for you. Tea, 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 tea for you. Oh, you didn't know, Miss View. Oh, you ain't know, Miss View. I am the king at one-liners as a hit wonder. Okay? All right? With that said, no, seriously. Any young lady who can hear this through the, that would have sold. I don't know what it would sold, but, you know. Any young lady who can hear this, listen, fast money, it's not good. It's not good. Okay, say your shit is not out there on the internet. You're not doing the OnlyFans or whatever. At the end of the day, after you get off that shower from washing away the saliva, you know, he took off his dentures and he was just like salivating you all over, licking you all over and the whole nine. And then you go and you shower and you get on that, you know, when the mirror gets fogged up, Miss View, and you run your fingers through it to just so you can see yourself, and you go like that and you can't look into your own eyes because all you see is a salacious whore. That's the thing that really matters right there. That's the thing that really matters. You know? When you can't even look into your own window of your soul because all you can see is that old man taking out his dentures and putting them right on the nightstand and then just using his gums all over your damn body. Ooh, girl. Or for the OnlyFans models. And I know there's some people, Miss View, that do OnlyFans to show their feet. You know who used to show their feet in OnlyFans, Miss View? Do you remember Gina, the Queen of Tehran? Do you remember Gina, the Queen of Tehran? You know, she's supposed to be in Ghana right now. She married no, he wasn't from Ghana. Where is that place, Miss View, where they say that all the scammers are from? For the 90-Day Fiance and all that? Yeah, from over there. And she used to have her OnlyFans, Miss View, and she would go there and show her toes. Showing toes on the OnlyFans. Miss View says, I have never kissed anyone with no teeth in their mouth. Gina, the queen of tarot. Gina was selling toes on OnlyFans, Miss View. Selling toes on OnlyFans. But do you remember when she came out here, she was going to read the tarot? She was reading tarot. And, and she and she had a little plastic keychain. It was like a plastic keychain ball, that glass ball where the people look into and see the future. It wasn't even the right setup. I can't either, Ms. View. I can't. I believe teeth is one of the most important factors in life. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming through. We do this every night. Every night we do this. Okay. If you're thinking about sending nudes, don't do it. Don't do it. Gina looked like a trans to me. That is true. That is true. She did. Always has. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming through, everybody, and young ladies, and also the men. Let's not just focus on the girls. The gay boys that are like, opening up their cat traps and showing everything, or is sitting there with the with the fingers and do all the hand, and they're gymming the baton and the whole nine. Like, this is now. You never know where you're going to be in the future or how this is going to stop you from going anywhere in the future. Now they do these reverse searches with your picture, and all that shit will pop up, Miss View. All of that will pop up on Google and the Pornhub and all that. It's crazy. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming through. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a productive week. Thank you for coming through, Miss View, Incredible Hulk, Neris21, and everybody who's in the bushes. Please hit the like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.